everyone, it's Chainsaw Gears 12 here, back again with another review today. Today I'm reviewing a newer band's material, the Lifecurse-Prophecies album. So, let me give you a little bit of detail about what I think about this band as listening to this album and thinking of what subgenre or genre I would put this in, this musically wise. I would have to say it's progressive technical death metal, because there's a lot of moments where I heard progressive metal, some really harmonizing progressive riffs, then I heard some technical metal where it's just like fast-paced alternate picking riffs, and then it goes into the death metal, which is like the chugging riffs, you know, just the aggressiveness of the music. So there's a lot of moments where it's kind of hard to place where this band's at. I'm pretty sure that they've placed themselves in a category, but listening to this whole album and really digging myself into it and thinking, okay, what is this band, you know, because they're a newer band, they're coming out, and they're pretty popular right now. They got over 2,000 fans on Facebook, and I know that's probably not the best way to think, okay, that's how popular they are, but that's how many people enjoy them enough to go like them on their Facebook and, you know, comment on all their stuff, talking about jamming on new stuff, things like that. So it's the band's, I think it's the band's first release, I'm not 100% sure, but thinking of it as the first release, or, you know, it's an upcoming band, the album just presents you with a statement of, like I said, progressive technical death metal. That's why I see it. Because listening to this whole record, not every song is going to sound the same. Songs sound different from here to there. There's some harmonizing riffs. There's some chugging riffs. There's some fast-paced, like, thrash-type riffs. Just keep on going. It's like the down roader just keep playing really fast riffs. And just the way that the band presents themselves, sorry about that, really shows that they have the potential to get big, because they sound tight, and they have just different types of metal, so it's not like they're going to be categorized as one genre or categorized to having one sort of fan base, because they do multiple types of genre things in their music, and that's what's really going to make them grow, because they grow on themselves, and maybe they can branch out even more on later releases and add more variety of metal, because right now they're in that phase of trying to figure out where they are, and this album presents you to the listener, of course, that they are still growing, but this album is great. It really stood out to me, because a lot of bands that are up and coming nowadays, they don't have this type of material. This band, it feels like to me, they took out a lot of time out of their days and really sat there and go, okay, how are we going to process this song, okay? Now, how are we going to process this song? Because it feels like each individual song took a significant amount of time to write, because it's not like you can just write 3 or 4 riffs, throw it together, and that's it. Like, this band took time out to think, you know, the lyrics going to go here, you know, guitar solo going to go here, this is what type of drum pattern is going to go here. It feels like this band just took a lot of time out, each individual song, to make them right. Because no song feels out of place or weird on this album. It feels like each song has its own purpose, and it stands out in a way of sorts. Now, some people will probably think that this band's generic, or I've heard this stuff before from bigger bands, but when I listen to this album, I feel like this band has a unique standpoint. Now, there's a lot of things they do that could be called generic, but I feel like this band switches that around, like just switches it, because they could either go straight forward and have just a generic sound and a generic feel of their songs, but it feels like when they're going that straight path, they're turning or curving off, because one moment you're thinking, okay, they're going to go this way on this song. You think they're just going to go on this way. They're okay, there's the fast riff, they're going to go slow. Then they go fast, and then they even go faster. Or they go fast, and then they slow down the tempo really slow and has like a melody thing. And so you just don't know what's going to happen, because each individual song, you don't know what's going to happen next. And I think that's one of the unique things listening to this album, is not really sure what's going to happen next in each individual song. Now, a little more detail about what the band sounds like. It sounds like the band, parts of it is Whitechapel. The vocalist has a low growl, some high screams here or there. Then they have this, what I really enjoy, now this is not really Whitechapelish, but it's, they have really clean vocals. And it happens randomly, but when it happens, it sounds really good. A lot of people go, well, I don't like singing. Well, then you're not going to like this album, because there is singing on this album, and there's growls, and there are low growls and sometimes high growls, and they mix them up. But I really enjoyed the variety of vocal style on this record, because you can go from growls in a complete song, then the next song will have low growls and some high growls, and randomly during a chorus there will be some singing, and so I like that variety of vocal style that they're throwing into their music. So back to what the band sounds like. So part of it, some of the music style I was listening to, I was thinking Whitechapel. There's some other music styles that they were throwing in, because I said they have a variety of styles. So the different styles I'm hearing on this album, I'm thinking Whitechapel, Killswitch Engage, All That Remains. I'm thinking a lesser known band which a lot of people don't know about, but I really enjoy them, is Conducting from the Grave. They released some great stuff, and their vocalist on Lifecurse sounds a lot like Conducting from the Grave, but that's good because Conducting from the Grave has a lot of variety of stuff like that, like Lifecurse does. So I feel like Lifecurse, when they released this album, really showed potential, and this album has a lot of potential, and it really shows that the band can progress more, because I wasn't really impressed by this album. I was really impressed. I really enjoyed the variety of stuff, and I suggest to anybody to go check them out on their Facebook, which will be in the comment section below, and all that stuff, because this band has a lot of potential. They have a lot of death metal, have a lot of technical metal, a lot of progressive. I mean, just everything about this band just feels right. Like, nothing is out of place on this album. None of the band members feel out of the place. It feels like they all are together. They're tight. The band's tight. Their playing is tight. It just feels like they know how to write, because, like, you know when you get into a new band or something and then they write music, you can tell if that band's going to go anywhere from hearing their first material. And from hearing this album, I will have to say that this band is just going to go far, because this album just really stood out to me in a point of, in this era of just bands just coming out of everywhere trying to release material, and it's just not really that good. But this band has potential. They've stood out. They've released this awesome album, and I recommend to people that if you can, you should buy it. You can buy it off their Facebook or whatnot, but at least go like them on their Facebook page. They're really awesome. And I'm going to give this album an 8.5 out of 10. It just feels like this album is just a really great album. It just stood out to me. I was surprised at some of the things that were on the album I wasn't expecting, but it happened and I enjoyed it. So, as always, guys, you like the video and you subscribe for more metal videos. So make sure you comment down below. Also, let me know what you personally think about this album, or if you bought it or whatnot. So just let me know about all that. So I will see you guys tomorrow.